How's everybody doing? I'm Oscar Blue for Border Network News and America's Boys News. God bless everybody that is watching. God bless my country of Mexico, my city of Tijuana. And God bless the United States of America. Let's thank God for giving us two legs, two arms, a mind that we can think, a heart that we can feel, and eyes that we can see. God bless every single one of you. Now, let's get right into it. A lot of people are posting that 11 people from Iran were arrested in Arizona. Yes, a lot of people from Iran have come over here to the borders of not only Arizona, but also El Paso, also Coahuila, and also a lot of people from Yemen. They have been escaping the violence and delinquency that is occurring over there, and also a lot of people from Syria. As a matter of fact, that I have interviewed, I have also, interviewed before people from Syria. So let's get right into what is going on in the south door of Guatemala and what happened. What happened after this enormous caravan that had enormous confrontation with the Guatemala National Guard at this last caravan that it was held at Valle Hondo, Rio Florido, Guatemala, where it was confronted by the National Guard, where two people lost their lives and six National Guard officers were critically injured. Before I start, PayPal is right there pinned on my page. If you guys like to donate or contribute to my work, thank you so much. God bless. Now, this is how, this is why I trust the government of Mexico when they're trying to do something, but the trust goes away when they don't care anymore. And it is unbelievable that we are in the most important intentions to fix this immigration problem. But the most unbelievable thing is that, Guatemala did their excellent job. They did a magnificent job on stopping the caravans. Even Guatemala put an example to the United States of America on how to stop the enormous influx of migrants. Really, they did. They did. And not only that, Guatemala has put an example to the world on how to stop an influx of migrants around the world. It is not only, an example for Guatemala citizens and for the Guatemala country. It is an example for the world, for us to fight these globalist compacts and these globalist agreements, which I don't agree with the United Nations, as they are, putting the lives in danger of every migrant. Now, going back to the topic, why the National Guard just left the border of Tapachula. This is the things that really get me upset. Because if we are in the agreement and also in the assumption that we are going to continue, so we're going to continue to fix our country and to fix and protect our borders. Somebody's saying right here in the comments, so Mexico isn't doing anything. Surprise. The United States is not doing anything also to stop the enormous influx of migrants at the border. So don't put yourself in a pedestal. Really, don't put yourself in a pedestal. Because Mexico has been doing their job. More than 4 caravans have been stopped. The problem right here is why they are taking away the security in our borders. Why they're taking away the security in our borders. And that is the thing that really gets me upset. And this is actual video. This is actual video of right now of the border of Tapachula with Guatemala. Now, remember how it was looking before? Remember how it was looking before when, they sent more than 2,000 or more, almost, troops to the border of Tapachula with Guatemala. Remember that? All the National Guard. And remember the Department of Health, the immigration officers, the National Guard, the police, military, sending it because there was a potential caravan coming. And all of them were guarding. Now, everybody's gone. They have, security in the border, but not the way that they need to be secured. We need our border. We need our border to be more secure. And this is actual video. Let me show you the video actually of the border right now. I was looking, and I have a lot of clips. I have a bunch of small clips to show you guys of how the border is looking right now. This is the actual water rafts. As you guys remember, the water rafts here, we crossed. Again, I will say it, Anthony Agüero, Ben Bergquam, and myself, I have crossed this water raft 3 times. And, now it's open again for business. This is clip number 1. And this was not open, a week ago. And they just opened it yesterday. And this is how the operation already reestablished in the borders of Tapachula with Guatemala. As you can actually see, they're moving people from one side to the other. There's a water raft with more than practically 3, 6, 7, 8 people in one water raft, and the guy's pulling it. Here's another video. How actually the businesses, and this is the water rafters that they have made some kind of a, camping, whatever place right there for them to rest. The business is slow because in both sides they have National Guard and they have, and the side of Mexico they have the Mexican Border Patrol or the Mexican Customs, but it's not enough. It's not enough people, and the border is now open again. They're inspectioning documents, they're inspectioning everything. But what I'm trying to refer to is that the quantity of people that they were sent before, they're not there anymore. This is another clip. As you can see right here, there were thousands of immigration Mexican officers right here guarding. This is Guatemala on the other side. And as you remember, it was the Mexican general right here. And also the Mexican person in charge of the United States, the Mexican Customs, that it was speaking right here and walking through our contact and our reporter. This is the activity right now. It's lonely. It's alone. You don't have that much people, but it is being secured. Why? Because a lot of people know that on this side of Mexico, there's Mexican Customs and there's police military. Not as it used to be, but is getting there. This is another video. As you can see, the activity is not as it used to be. And all these people that they're going back and forth on the water raft, all of them, they're being inspection and they're being, they're being screened, as you can say, as if they have their COVID inspection sheet or their COVID test and also their passport. But, it's not as it used to be a couple of weeks ago when they had, thousands of Mexican border customs over there, and also the police military and the National Guard. So actually, you see a kid right here running in the middle of the river, and you see actually the water raft. This is a great view from Suchiate Bridge. This bridge from the left to the right. In the left is Guatemala, and in the right is Mexico, and it is amazing. This is a great video that it shows you clearly how big the jungle is and how big the property and how big and long the border is. It's not only just a couple of miles. It's long. So a lot of people are saying, oh yeah, they stopped the caravans, but they're still infiltrating from some parts, Oscar. Yes, it is exactly as if I go to El Paso and saying, oh yeah, they're stopping the border, but they're stopping irregular entrances, but 60 miles away they're not stopping them. It's exactly the same thing. It is just so difficult to guard all the border, and it is more difficult if it looks like this. This is another image right here. The guy is saying there's a lot of people, but not a lot of them. And, they're saying that if you're handicapped, they're letting you in. And that is a lie. They're not letting you in. They're not letting nobody in if you don't have no ID. The guy did not want to be in the camera. This is another video. As you can see, a lot of water rafts are empty because business is not as usual as it used to be. So, this right here, we don't know if actually they're Mexican citizens or they're Guatemala citizens. And the commerce over there is really important for the Mexican people. Why? Because it goes back and forth. It is like a commerce right here in the United States, in Tijuana is a commerce that I can tell you it relates a little bit with San Diego and Tijuana, with El Paso and Juarez, with Sonora and Ajo, Arizona, or Yuma, Arizona. It's kind of like the same. It goes back and forth, but it's just it's just amazing. Let me go to another footage right here. You see kids right here walking on the river. It's another video right here. And you can actually see this. This is an actual good video to see because you can see two water rafts right here in cargo with goods. This is the actual thing that I have been so emphatic to say to a lot of our Mexican citizens. To a lot of our Mexican citizens, why people are not paying taxes when they're moving this amount of goods from one side to the other. It's one of the things that I'm really upset. Why? Because these people are bringing the business and they're buying over Mexican products and they're moving them to Guatemala and they're enjoying, the product of Mexico without paying no tax at all. It's just the transportation going back and forth. And they cannot put the tax because business will not be as usual. People will get upset and then people will not buy. But this is the activity on how it's looking now. The next interview that I am going to put, it is amazing what this farmer. I will get this video out the way for people to understand where am I going with this next interview. This is a Mexican farmer, a Mexican owner of hectares of limes and and all types of products, This is amazing what his statement that he's giving to the press. It is amazing how they changed the numbers of how many undocumented migrants they are in Tapachula. The number that he's going to give you guys, it is absolutely amazing and devastating. Why? Because we thought that the authorities have given us and have given the Tapachula citizens a quantity of 6 to 10,000 undocumented migrants that they are in Tapachula, that is the city that connects to Guatemala. Look at these statements from this guy and look what he says about all of these irregular migrants that they're coming to Tapachula and how the infected and the infections of COVID and how COVID has spread more with all these people coming into the city of Tapachula. And also, this is the most important thing. I was talking about this with Kaylee from Primetime Patriots, and she was saying this about American citizens. And I'm so happy to hear this farmer talk about the Constitution. This farmer that a lot of people, an indigenous farmer, that a lot of people in our country, they denigrate these people because they don't know, a lot of them, they don't know how to read, they don't know how to write, and they're not educated. This farmer now read the Constitution and he's reading his constitutional rights in front of the reporter. This is what Kaylee Thompson from Primetime Patriots was saying to her American citizens, saying we need to start reading our Constitution and educating our kids with our Constitution. And this is so amazing because this farmer tells the reporter they are violating Article 33 of the Constitution, the one that I have been persistently saying all this time. Let's listen to this interview as I am going to put this interview for you guys and I will translate. And it is an amazing, amazing, amazing interview. Let me just put it back right here. This is the farmer, and I am so glad that all these people are learning the Constitution, and I will translate as he's speaking. Let me drink a little bit of water. Look what he says to all these Hispanics that they live in the United States, and they're talking about Mexico is not suffering with these caravans and all this kind of stuff. This is for all of you, for all these, Hispanic liberals that they live in the United States. This is supposedly you're fighting for your people. This is your people right here. This is Mexico. To all those that they're lifting their hand and saying, La raza. This is your raza. This is your raza. Look what he says right here.
No traen cubrebocas, entonces es un gran caldo de cultivo. Aproximadamente 60,000 migrantes se calcula que migrantes ambulantes que hay en Tapachula.
They're not wearing masks. None of them, they're wearing masks. And approximately, they're talking about more than 60,000 migrants. They are right now in Tapachula. Wow. Holy cow. Let me rewind that so you can hear the word 60. That is 60. 60, it is 60. 60, it is 60. Look what he says right here.
Entonces es un gran caldo de cultivo. Aproximadamente 60,000 migrantes se calcula que migrantes ambulantes que hay en Tapachula.
Approximately 60,000 migrants that they are walking around, wandering around in Tapachula without a mask. 60,000. Look at this, and look what he says.
Sin ningún control, y que esa es un gran caldo de cultivo y agentes de contaminación.
Without no control, and ultimately, this is it's a matter of fact, it's a domino effect that it infects other people with COVID.
Para que se siga incrementando la mortandad que se está viviendo y nos preocupa.
And it's incrementing the death rate over here in Tapachula because a lot of them, they're sick.
La omisión de las autoridades para controlar a
and it's preoccupying the omission of the authorities over here in our country of Mexico that they're not taking care of the situation. And all these types of dangers and contaminations that they are spreading in our city. It's preoccupying because the authority is not complying. It is not regulating and is not doing anything to all this infectious cloud. And that is living right now on our city of Tapachula. There's more than 60,000 migrants that they're possibly infected, plus add to the fact of Tapachula citizens. So we are now looking of the rights of the state. For example, beautiful what he says. For example, in the Mexican Constitution, it says, the Article 33, the one that I've been saying, people, for the longest of time, saying the Article 33 of the Constitution gives the faculty to the one that has the executive power, that is the president, and it's actually going against, and they're stepping on that article of the Constitution because it says that if we have this enormous influx of migrants, like 60,000 in our Constitution, it says that these migrants need to leave our country because we are in the middle of a pandemic. Why? Because we're not against migrants. we are protecting our own people and we're protecting our own nation.
Porque existe un grave problema de salud pública y de mortalidad.
Because there's a big problem of public health and also deaths of COVID.
En masa de nuestra sociedad.
So he's saying, there's a high mortality of people dying. And then the reporter is, so the calling is for the Institute National of Immigration. That, the reporter is saying, so the calling is for the Institute National of Immigration for these people to be taken care of, for these people to be regulated.
Expulsado. Precisamente lo que se busca es el Estado de Derecho.
We don't want them here. We don't want them right now here. We want them to be expelled from our country. And what we're looking right now for is the executive order of the right of the state. Because we understand that there's a humanitarian migrant right. But there's a high, right that is the nationalist people and the people that they were born in this country, and they deserve that right. And the right of the nationals and the right of the Mexicans is way above the right of the people that they're coming to migrate. So if we go to the legal stages, we are hearing that the president is saying, and the president is saying, come over here, we're going to vaccinate you. And, in the meantime, our people are suffering and we don't have no vaccine. And people from the third age, we are lacking on vaccines and we don't have enough medicine for people on the third age. And also, we are proposing, based on the Article 33 of the Constitution, now that in the contrary, that the president is calling people to come over to come to our territory, our national territory, without no control. We are trying to prevent more people getting infected and more people to be infected with COVID. That's what we want. And we want him to be attached to the Article 33 of the Constitution. And we need to respect the Constitution of Mexico. We need to respect the Article 33 of the Constitution. We need to apply the Article 33 of the Constitution to expel all these people. This is a situation of public health. National. And it is a problem, a national problem for the existency of our problems. Then the reporter talks. And this is just the reporter says this what you're requesting, expelling or releasing or expelling the migrants from the city of Tapachula is not only from this region, it's from a lot of regions. It's not only what basically the reporter is saying is not only Tapachula, there's Yucatan, there's Oaxaca, there's Cancun, there's other states. We are now contacted with our offices that they are in the city of Mexico, and we're getting, everybody together. And we have a consensus and we have a conglomerate of people that they understand, the difficult situation that we're going through. And there's, an understanding that there's a weakness and who is, managing, the country, and they're not, obeying the Constitution.
porque se necesita ahorita un hombre fuerte en la presidencia de la República.
Because we need a strong man. That's all. We need a strong man to lead our nation and to obey the Constitution.
Y el presidente de la República, independientemente de su edad y que ya tuvo un problema de ataque al corazón, ahorita se encuentra.
And the president of right now of Mexico, you know, independently that he had a problem with his heart and he has a problem with, you know, COVID right now.
Con COVID, la nación está en una situación de debilidad. Entonces ese es el llamado.
We are on a stage of weakness, so we need a strong man to lead the country.
Además, la ley contempla que se pueden aplicar en situaciones de contingencia.
And also the law applies that the law can be applied of expelling extracontinental people or foreigners if there is a plan of contingency.
Como la que estamos viviendo, situaciones apremiantes para la sociedad, para que en una situación como esta se pueda aplicar y lo contempla la ley. Combinación, que es un llamado en el caso de que no.
And also right now it is a combination that right now due to the contingency situation the law can be applied for a calling for other people to reunite and to also support this cause.
Traiga el cubrebocas a criterio de la autoridad y lo regula las leyes. Combinación, multa y arresto hasta 36 horas. Ese es
There's a combination right now to people that they're not wearing, a mask. There is a combination of a sanction, a ticket, and also it can lead to an arrest for 36 hours. So basically what he's saying is that you got more than 60,000 people, foreigners, and that's in that region, and nobody's getting arrested and they're not getting regulated, and the infected of COVID, the numbers of infected COVID are going up.
Para que todos usen el cubrebocas mínimo y para que
if we are going by the law, it will be one of the ways to go by the law, to put everybody, to put all these migrants to be regulated and to wear a mask, because nobody's wearing a mask.
Exactamente, nacionales y más a los extranjeros, porque volvemos otra vez a lo preocupante es que hay una población ambulante de migrantes calculada en 60,000 que han.
The most preoccupying thing is that the reporter says also applies to nationals. It applies to everybody. And the most preoccupying thing is that we got a population of more than 60,000 migrants, and they are, wandering around, and they're spreading COVID and they're sick. A lot of them, they're sick.
Por ahí sin ningún control. Entonces esta situación se va a salir de control.
And they're wandering around the whole city without no control. So this is going to get out of control. And this is a national emergency in terms of national health. And also, this is a national emergency of the state of Chiapas and the municipal city of Tapachula.
Ahora tenemos otro gran problema, la falta de surtido de agua a los tapachultecos.
And then we got another problem. Then we don't have enough water, and we have all these people to take care of.
Porque está comprobado de que el virus del COVID, su naturaleza, si se le pilen, no.
It's amazing. It is amazing. Wow. Wow, man. Holy cow. Let me tell you something before I go. Communist people and socialist people, what they want is for all your eyes to be closed, for your knowledge to not be heard, for you to not be well educated, for you to not know anything, for you to be blind into knowledge, for them to indoctrinate every single thing that it is out there in your face. Communism and socialism, ultimately, it is all the majority about indoctrination of people. This is the way it has to be. There's no other way. This is the way. And this is the only way that you are going to learn and understand. We are right now in a change that is completely amazing. And the number one thing that I'm saying why it's amazing, it is because everybody needs to start reading their constitutional rights. Everybody. And I'm so proud of this Mexican people, indigenous people. Look at grandma right there in the back, man. Look at grandma right there in the back, putting the pants on. Look at grandma right there in the back, putting her pants on and preoccupied about her own people, for God's sake. Where are the men? ¿Dónde están los canijos, hombre? ¿Dónde están los hombres? These people are defending their land. They're defending our Mexican Constitution. They're defending their own people. Yes, there is a lot of necessity. He's saying we have a lot of necessities. And understand that migrants have a lot of necessities. But for God's sake, we are in the middle of a contingency. We cannot be accepting more people and more people. And this man, this indigenous farmer, this man has read his constitution, and he's demanding right now, the president, with a lot of farmers in Mexico, to demand their rights to be heard. And also the Constitution to be respected. The one article that I have been reading you guys for thousands and thousands of days, that is Article 33 of the Constitution. The one that I have been saying every time that I see American liberal activists in our border, indoctrinating migrants. That is incorrect. You are going against a constitutional article in our country. Respect our Constitution. We know that there's a humanitarian right for migrants, but leave that for Mexican authorities. You are in a foreign country. You were not born over here. And you're violating our Constitution. This man, my God, I'm so proud. I'm so proud because this farmer, this indigenous man, has read his Constitution. Look at grandma in the back. She knows the Constitution also now. They know their Constitution. And now they can exercise their constitutional rights. And they can demand their rights. And they can say, we are doing things wrong. We need to correct. And we need to tell the president, you're violating Article 33 of the Constitution. For God's sake, go and obey the Constitution, man. Look at their age. They're third age people. And they're still fighting for their country. This is, people, the most important thing for every single one of us to learn from this. You know, like my uncle used to say, God bless his soul and God rest his soul. My uncle used to say, Oscar, you're always going to learn something from somebody. Something from somebody. Así sea el paletero, el chicharronero, the guy that sells, popsicles, the guy that sells newspapers. You're always going to learn something from somebody. And this right here, it teaches us that if we read and if we get knowledge and if we understand and we are fulfilling ourselves with culture and we understand our culture and also our constitutional rights, we can fight. And that is what they want us to do. They want us to stay blind. They want us to keep shut up. They want to put a piece of duct tape right here in our mouths to not say anything. This man, it is an indigenous man that he's fighting for his constitution. And that is what all young people right now, Mexican, Hispanic people, that they live in the United States, that you're listening to me, espero y les dé vergüenza. Vergüenza les debería de dar, carajos. Aquellos que andan, viva la raza, and all this green parades and all this kind of stuff. I hope that you are ashamed to listen to your raza right here. This is la raza. La raza es Mexico. That is your race. Your Aztec descent. That is your race. Our indigenous heroes. This is your race. Zapata. That is the people that you need to admire, carajo. Not Black Lives. What is that? Esta es tu raza. Esta. That people right there, those indigenous people, that is your race. Those are your people. Wake up. You're trying to fight a fight in another country. Congratulations. God bless you. But get everything in your mind if you're talking about la raza. La raza is this. This is. And that right there that you see on the screen. Grandma on the back. Grandpa right here in the front. Fighting for their constitutional rights and fighting for their land. This is what we need to do, people. God bless you all. This is what we need to do. Every single one of us, we need to start reading our Constitution. People in the U.S., please read your constitutional rights. Read them, man. Read article and amendments of your Constitution, please. There's a class. You guys can message her. Kaylee Thompson has a class, and she teaches the Constitution in that class. Go over there and message her. And tell her, hey, I want to learn the Constitution. If not, buy the Constitution and start reading it. On the other hand, to all you Hispanic people, that they live in the United States of America and you're talking about la raza, learn the Constitution and learn our history of where we come from and how far we have come along to fight since we got conquered by Spaniards till now. Learn our history before opening your mouth. God bless you all. What a great interview, this man. I'm so proud, man. God bless. Follow my partner, Real Anthony Agüero at Orbeez, Instagram, Facebook. Also, you can follow him at a channel and in Telegram. He has a channel by Real Anthony Agüero. Follow him. And also, you can follow me. It's Oscar L. Blue in my channel right here. Subscribe to my channel at YouTube. And also, you can become a member. Also, you can follow me at a channel in Telegram as Oscar Blue. That one is blowing up. If you want to follow me over there. And also follow me on Facebook as Oscar Blue. You people already know. If you want to support and you think that this information would contribute to you, PayPal is pinned on the top if you guys want to support. God bless you all. Thank you so much. Have a blessed day. We will see each other later this afternoon. Stay safe. And like we always say, people, peace and love. Because always, your country's first. God bless.